Come on, Roach, hurry up. And then we'll move right on back to exploring those last bits of question mark and doing that merchant quest. Okay. Nice. Roach, you are amazing.
Gotta be.
Yeah, except the fact that I already cleared it. The dialogue still acts like it's poor. One quest in base game can have you pay 100 coin for a fake pass. I remember that one. And Geralt says it's way too much and he could buy gilded carrots. Yep. Yeah, that's the weird thing. The economy... I have 20,000. How could I buy a gilded carriage? I could buy a fleet of carriages. But yeah, it's exactly that. But at the same time, Swedish, that's the problem with a lot of RPGs. Think about D&D. The amount of money that a fighter will have at level like 5 is enough to run a small town if you look at sort of the numbers given in a DM's manual. And let alone if you're level 15, you could run your own kingdom.
How am I to enjoy an evening of fun with my jewels?
Okay, I'm supposed to see Witcher gear here, but
Could I ever use a nap?
I assume I can't see it because, you know, if I'd have seen it in the regular places before, I would have already picked it up. But I'm assuming, let's at least try. Hi, buddy. Up here somewhere. Oh, hello.
Ooh.
Can't believe I didn't find that. Bartolome de Launay proved a Ponzi fool. Ah, that's the one. Yeah, that's what we just read. Witcher fell into a trap. Put him on stock in his skill, thought he could handle anything. Hey, look at the highlight. I could handle this. First we act like bored thugs, picking our noses. Witcher that Sippy was hiding the rest of the diagrams in the pits of broom. One bolt from the black took care of the Launay. He's still a good heap of life. Huh. Oh god. Oh god, that's torture.
Witcher and armorer. Both had shit luck.
No kidding.
Best cure for the beast, a witcher.
Buddy, let me walk. Well, you know, that's that one sorted. Means you can make the Grandmaster feeling gear. Fellas. You have to take into account that if you go anywhere with that money, bandits will rob you. Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, though, you're so strong, what bandits could ever rob you, really? I'm not sure whether I went into that cave and solved that issue, so, let's go have a check. Also, Roach, you're being unseemly, Roach. Roach, girl. Please, Roach. Ah. Fine, looks like we'll have a couple of new Roachies soon. Honestly, now. Breaking the Twitch terms of service, naughty horse. Putting it back, then several days being kidnapped. Vote to get it back. Microsoft suddenly decided your laptop needs to install the anniversary update. Ugh. Yeah, I have had it with Microsoft on Windows. I said it before and I'll say it again. If games ran easier on Linux, I would format this PC and run Linux on it. No question. Oh hey, I didn't have Hangman's on that one. There we go. Laptop doesn't even have an SSD. Oh god, that does take hours. Again, by the way, see the AI. They're a canine species, so they try to surround you, and you see that behavior in bar guests as well, and wolves, like that. None of you to go ruin the economy. Yeah, that is Oh god, more of these. That is an advantage. Do I not have cursed oil on this? I do. Wow, this guy's strong. Again, as I said earlier, he is frozen because I had a critical effect on my sword. And that's when I would get a free decoction from the mutation skill that I'm trying to get. Here we go. I am not sure whether I did this monster. Whoa! Oh wait, I think I did. This is, isn't this where we fought the, yeah, this is. Yeah, this is where we fought the same monster we fought in the tourney grounds. I can't think of its name right now. But it's the scaly one that you have to stun before you can hit it. But yeah, my experiences so far with Linux, that's not what I wanted to do. My experiences with Linux have been amazingly beautiful. I run it on, let's see, I run it on the server PC. I have a Raspberry Pi, obviously, that runs Linux. I have a laptop. It is so good. I can highly recommend Linux to anybody who wants just a stable PC that's really configurable. Plus, of course, nearly everything is free. I say nearly, I'd almost say everything is free, but there are some things being sold proprietarily. But whatever is sold in a proprietary fashion, you can find a free download for it as well, where somebody's just made an exact clone. Whoop. And I tell you, for instance, I record all of this as I play it. I play it on my game PC, and I think I stream it at 50,000 kbps over to the server. There it records it at 1080p 60 fps and transcodes it to 720p 30 fps. That gets uploaded to here, and at the same time already. Oh, Panther, hello. And then when I'm done, basically, I activate this small script that I wrote that transcodes the FLV file that you get from just live recording it to an MKV file, still 1080p, 60 FPS, bitrate is correct, some little other technical fiddles for YouTube. When I wake up in the morning, it's all transcoded, and then uploading it, you know, it's so small, it's like a gig per video. And I'll have, 4 hours, so I'll have 8 videos, half an hour each. That's just an hour to upload, and it's all so easy to do in Linux. Calvin, you know I like you, unlike the rest of this lot. Got a good head on your shoulders. But this thing about a panther, seriously, lad? You're adopting a diddling panther? Aww. A few of our men came back to camp with their bums so bitten they had doo-doo standing up. They had to doo-doo standing up for weeks, really? And the very thought of going back on patrol has him shaking so hard his seams burst. This can't go on. Have you gone so daffy as to give it a name? Hobbs the Panther? Calvin has Hobbs the Panther. Nice! Now concentrate, because I don't feel like repeating this. The lad who brought you this letter is carrying a hefty coin perch. That's the lion's share. No bleeding pun intended, of the loot from the last job. The pouch is yours, but you take that overgrown kitty somewhere out in the wilderness and slit its throat. Simple enough? For the sum you're getting from me, you'll buy yourself 2 pure-blooded greyhounds and we can forget the whole thing. It's me being generous. Don't make me change tracks. Calvin and Hobbes, I like it. I like it. That is the last in this area. Nice. I think the rest are going to be, yeah, down there. My own little Hobbs is currently enjoying some food from his little... I have this little maze tower. Basically, it has 3 levels with a bunch of holes in it. And you put the food in the top level where I can't get it. But there's holes in the side, so he has to take his little paw and grab the food and maneuver it out through some holes to the second level, then first level, and then down into a bowl where he can eat it. Keeps him, a little bit of entertained, gets the hunting spirit going, that kind of thing. Okay,
Camp's
fellas.
abandoned, but a lot of this damage is recent. Guess I arrived just a little too late. Should look around still.
Guess I shouldn't have done the entire game before talking to these fellows. Whoops.
Scale. Color's unusual. Silver? Never seen one like this.
Basilisk?
Blood. Of the fresh variety. Monster attack was recent.
It wouldn't be a basilisk, would it?
Signs of a fight. Paw prints, beastly ones, that's clear. Just on this spot, though. Aerial attack. Must have been.
Some kind of dragon. But it's still
Man,
basilisk
bled to death.
forktail.
Big beast inflicted these wounds. Clear from the claw marks. Must have a toothy smile, too, judging by what ripped his throat open. Draconid. Gotta be. Maybe
Called
a
it.
basilisk. Except these prints don't belong to any variety I know. Just a little different.
You like this quest? Ah, you played it before, Scaparmal? It sounds interesting.
Area's dangerous. I'd say there's a basilisk nesting around here.
Is he
You'd be wise
pretending to be a
remain at some
witcher?
distance.
Yes, I'm familiar with the matter, and quite proud to say a basilisk does nest here. I look after it personally.
Look after
Wait,
it.
what?
It's not exactly a pet. Beasts murdering folk who come through here.
Just a minute. It does not murder those who do not trespass upon its territory.
You post those warnings?
Indeed, to prevent anyone from coming to any harm.
That's actually
Well,
not
a
bad.
lot of good they did. Got a freshly mangled corpse right here.
Most likely a merchant, the poor bloke. Just today, I learned 2 traders had chosen this route despite the signs. I came as quick as I could to warn them. Too late, alas. I've instructed my servants. They shall take the body, return it to the family with a generous sum as recompense.
I actually like that idea. But yeah, this is not the last surviving basilisk.
Claim this to be the last surviving basilisk? How do you figure?
The last of this subspecies. Their population was much larger at one time, see? Before the beech forests were felled.
Mean to suggest a direct correlation between beechwood forest density and basilisk populations?
Indirect, I prefer to contend. Beechwood forests are the chief habitat of roe deer, you see. In turn, a staple of the basilisk diet. When roe deer grew scarce, basilisks made humans their staple food. Enter the witchers. And thus, we've come to this one last specimen. It's a female. As recently as last year, we still had 2. But Yokast's mate passed on, alas.
Yokast, that's a familiar
Yokast.
name.
Should she
What's
not
that a
have
reference
the name?
to?
My father dubbed her in
Could somebody
honor of
Google
my
that?
dear departed mother. Yokast was brooding then.
Shakespeare, isn't it?
Hawks That she cast from her nest, alas, when
Aw.
the male perished.
By the way, the cool thing about this is, remember earlier when I was driving by and I was listening to 2 people talking about a basilisk that was supposedly last of his species, but it didn't give me a specific quest? So I was just listening to them gossip. And now we're here in the quest! I love that design! It's like saying a landmine doesn't blow up if you don't stand on it. Yeah, but let's face it, endangered species. It's like saying the basilisk like Steven Skull, he doesn't want to fight, but circumstances demanded it. Yes.
Who exactly are you? And how'd you develop such an interest in the beast?
Count Borges, happy to be of service. As to the beast, well, this subspecies is our dynastic symbol. The Disalfareses have for centuries signed with the Regulus Platinum.
Nice.
As family legend has it, a female of the species rescued an ancestor, a boy at the time, from a burning building. she took the tyke back to her nest, where she fed him as if he were one of her own youngsters.
Malarkey.
To be sure, but beautiful malarkey.
I like that. To be sure, but beautiful malarkey.
Pay the victim's family's compensation? Why?
These lands have been my family's for decades, granted to us by Duchess Ademarta. Beyond them, the basilisk ventures not, hunts not, it does not kill or destroy. Provided it is not provoked. Yet if it does destroy, if it kills, I compensate all for the loss, from my own coffers.
Your coffers. Got a store of sons and husbands in there to compensate for those shredded by your beast?
Naturally, I cannot revive the dead, but I do make generous restitution to their loved ones. Just last summer, I paid a leather tooler's
guys.
widow 800 crowns. This unfortunate merchant's family, to be duly indemnified as well.
So here's the thing I'm thinking. Interesting enough. Sure, people are dying, but he is hanging up signs everywhere. Beware, basilisk, don't get in here. He's compensating them. He's basically trying to preserve the last of his species. And it is at least Geralt's code that you shouldn't kill the last of a species. You should keep them alive. I think it's... Witches don't have a code in general, but it's a generally shared idea. And I think Geralt specifically does not want to kill the last of his species. He mentioned something along the lines in a book. Interesting. Interesting quest.
Where's the basilisk nesting? Any idea?
Of course I have an idea, but you don't really expect me to tell you. Those are not toy swords. I know your intentions.
Find it myself then. Easy to track with its distinct paw prints. Mentioned 2 merchants, so I might also look for the other corpse.
Silver basilisk entry. Let's read that. That basilisk belongs in a museum! Nice reference. Symbolic for domestic violence. If only you didn't provoke it. Wow, dark, Fub. Dark. Really? I haven't fought a royal wyvern? I thought I had. Slizzards. Girls like looking at things that don't exist. Be it a vampire with a human heart, or the last basilisk of a species that no scholars classified. Discovering something thought not to be there, to be discovered, caused him great pleasure. So he took an interest in a contract which, at first glance, seemed banal, but proved to be very intriguing. Concerned the last basilisk of nearly extinct species, Regulus platinum. Okay. I also want to read that sign here, that notice. Beware the White Terror, danger zone, do not enter. Any loss of life or property will be compensated by Counterportis de Salvarez. Fair enough, you know. He gives fair warning. Also, who builds this structure if it's in the Basilisk Zone? Did they survive here long enough to set all this up? Sounds curious. Hey, there's blood, there's blood. I think I found him. Have I? Yeah, Vena, that's a Bill Burr joke, isn't it? We like our beer, we like our violence. Domestic. What was his joke again? It's something along the lines of, okay, it's harsh, but that's a good joke. There's no fat to that joke. I don't know what show that's in. It is a Bill Burr joke, I think. Ah, aha. Hello, hello, hello.
Strange. These burn marks. Beast's venom make them? Subspecies must be highly toxic.
It is so.
Golden
indeed.
Oriole.
A wound from a sterling basilisk festers long.
Need to brew a potion that'll neutralize that.
Yeah, Bill Burr joke, I knew it. Place that joke, had their witches manager for it.
Busted
Oh, yeah.
barrels. Contents spilled all over. Must have been tannin in there. Used to treat leather. Beast smashed the barrels. That's how the scent got on the scale.
Your Coco is so very curious. Strong scents especially intrigue her. The barrels, they must have drawn her in. Drawn her to the caravan.
Busted barrels slimed with venom. Hallmarks of an attack. Basilisk must have caught the second victim here. Anyway, got 2 scents. Venom and tannin. Ought to be enough to track the beast.
Why track her at all? Your caste is protected. Her death would forever destabilize the ecosystem.
I just want to see her, buddy.
Who knows what would happen? I see unforeseeable consequences down the line.
Hold on, you see
Keep you refrain
unforeseeable?
from provoking her. Harm her not, and she too will leave you untouched. I've long suspected they do it on purpose. Scent their goods. They seek to lure the basilisk to destroy their wares. It allows them to demand compensation from their assurers.
That's actually an interesting concept. Depends though, Vaden. Depends. Bill Burr has some funny things, but he's definitely not always right. Because that kind of joke, possibly innocently meant, can still be, you know, very triggering for actual victims of domestic violence. So it's, I don't agree that it is, you know, immediately innocent. Yeah, insurance fraud, Fub. That is, I think it's an interesting plot because it's like what Jexus points out about this game, that it's a low fantasy. It's fantasy in the sense that magic is real and there's monsters, but it's low fantasy in the sense that, yeah, insurance fraud is also a thing that just happens and becomes a plot line.
Odors dispersed. Seems to be everywhere. Basilisk must be high in the sky. Bloodstains. Clear as day.
Even before the count being killed by his basilisk, yeah, Fub. Good call, good call. Okay, we can track the bloodstains. There we go, there we go.
Sense perceptible again.
Is it now? I don't see it. Where are you seeing that scent, Geralt? There we go, there we go.
Just as I expected. Second victim, but relatively unscathed. Basilisk must have been dragging him back to its nest for later. Dropped him for some reason. Wonder why.
Huh. Interesting thing. What if it's not a basilisk, but a dragon? Because it is established in the Witcher lore in one of the books, the short stories, one of the early ones, that dragons can turn to human form. What if he is the dragon and he's luring people in like this? Dear Gaston, in reply to your question regarding the planned transport route for the barrels of tannin, allow me to confirm the official itinerary supported by the guild still goes through the lands belonging to Count de Salvarez. The board sees no reason to deviate from our traditional path. The Count has pledged to cover all eventual damage caused by the Great White Terror, so even in the case of destruction of entire cargo, the guild will suffer no monetary losses. Insurance fraud, so much. Okay. Where are we? Where are we tracking this thing? You dropped it, but why? Oh, hello? There we go. There we go.
Hear something, but it's no basilisk screech. Human voices.
Okay, okay. We have a target, we have a target. Going in. Ah, the Crinfit Reavers! Old buddies.
Yamo, Harry, prepare the equipment. Beast wandered off somewheres. We got to lure it back.
We both saw these
And who
in
might
the
you be?
books, and also
Funny.
in Witcher 2.
About to ask you the same.
They call us the Reavers.
You're not the Reavers.
Reavers? Wouldn't happen to hail from Crinfrid, would you?
Aye, we do. But how's it you know? And again, who the hell
Hold
are
on.
you?
Yeah, we've got mutual acquaintances.
Geralt of Rivia. I'm a witcher. Know your brethren in arms. Bohold, Kenneton Desbret, New Boy too.
There we go.
Ah, you're that witcher. Aye, Boholt mentioned you. Said you swing a mean sword.
A professional. Good you came along. Could take on the brute together. Talk is the venom's something horrifying. Could use another pair of hands. Fee what we've gotten from the guild. We'll share it fair and square. You in?
Gentlemen, this hurts my ears and pains my heart. You aim to kill your caste? It cannot be. The creature is protected.
Okay, I'm googling this.
If you fear to lose the guild's reward, I shall repay it, and reward you doubly to leave the beast be. You cannot slay the last living specimen of a near-extinct subspecies.
I'm on his side, by the way.
Willing to pay, are you? Long as we do nothing? That's rather novel. What say you to that, master?
Greek
As far
mythology.
as I know, beasts culled the human race by 5 already.
Oh god, Basilisk is not to be killed. Already know it.
Basilisk lives for now. We're not gonna kill it.
A witcher defending a beast. Ever seen that, lads? You like them peaches?
Ah, no scrapping with filth today, it seems. But, you made some mention of coin, as I recall.
I did indeed. And the word
Sorry,
once given...
catch up with chat in a moment. This just keeps on going.
Your share, Witcher.
Easiest job I've ever done. Godspeed, witcher. Strange working with you. Strange, but nice.
Yeah, strange because
Godspeed, boys.
you weren't moving your lips there, buddy.
You spared your caste. I thank you. And be assured, I'll take great care she not
Kind of
die
wanted
on
to
any
fight
others.
a Basilisk, though.
Gotta try harder. Figure out a way to keep folk out of this area.
That I shall do. Master, you must accept more, be it a symbolic sum. Had you not come along, the Reefers would surely have slain my Yokast.
I don't need any more coin. Because I'm that guy.
Don't need any more. Rather you paid it out to the families of your pet's victims.
Too good.
Noble of you, Master. I shall take the advice to heart.
Also, I've got
Your caste
thousands.
has flown her nest.
Must have sensed a threat. Likely to return eventually, though.
She'll return. Always does. I suspect I might even know where she's gone. I tracked her away and believe she might have found a new mate. It's an ordinary basilisk, not a silvery one.
That's a pity.
But something might come of it. Who knows? Your caste could lay new eggs. Perhaps produce an entirely new crossbreed.
Sure hope not. Take care.
I like this quest. This is nice. I like how it's just a different twist on what you'd expect and what you'd want to do. You know, as a general fantasy thing. Okay, let me catch up. Where was I? Red Bull Coke Snort levels. The Gwent cards. Oh, that's cool. Where's my sensitivity? Deus Ex on PC with the controller. You like to hit the headshots. Ha! Yocasta's Oedipus's mother. Ah, Scabarmal! That's how I know. Of course, Yocasta. Thank you, that was bothering me so much. Had trouble with aim and controller. Ah, Deus Ex discussion. Go for keyboard and mouse. As you can pick on the first run. Cool. Yeah, I kind of like controller because it allows you to sort of hang back a little bit, you know. I don't know. I'm fine with either really. I started playing Witcher